Hey guys, it's Liezl Jayne. Today I'm going to be sharing my daily weight loss routine with you. I have lost 40 pounds and today I'm kind of going to show you some things that I would do every single day to make sure that I stayed on track and that I lost weight. These are 7 little habits. That may sound like a lot, but you don't have to do all of them. 7 little habits that I think are really important if you're trying to lose weight and get into better shape. The idea of trying to lose weight, it can feel very overwhelming at first. It's like, oh my gosh, I need to lose all this weight. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. There are 7 habits, but they're all very simple, and I feel like it can be quite easy for you to incorporate these into your daily lifestyle. And yeah, just start out with one. If you're not doing all of them, maybe you just like to start out with the one week, and then week 2 you can say, okay, well, I'm going to add another habit in, and then you'd be doing 2 habits, and then the 3rd week you could add a 3rd habit from this list, and then you'd be doing 3 habits, and then keep going like that, and then it doesn't feel so overwhelming. You know, it can be tempting to just dive right in and just change everything completely, but it's actually, I think often long term it's more difficult to do that because you kind of go all out and you go a little bit overboard, and then it's so difficult to keep that momentum, and then it can be easy to just stop and then you feel like you failed, and then it's more difficult to start again. So I think just adding one little habit at a time to, you know, encourage a healthier lifestyle and to achieve your goals of losing weight, that can be a much better way to go about it. So I thought I would just share this one with you and just get it out the way since it's a really obvious one. The first thing is to drink enough water. Now, I know you've heard that a million times, everybody says that, but it is so true. If you want to lose weight and get into better shape, you need to be drinking water. It's the most important thing that our bodies need. So you need to stay hydrated. You need to give your body the opportunity to flush out toxins and things that it doesn't need in the body, and it does that by drinking water. You know, you need water, you need to stay hydrated. So something that I like to do to make sure that I drink enough water is I have a tall glass water bottle that I keep with me when I'm at home, and I just keep filling it up, and I know that that is my bottle, and I just keep drinking out of it throughout the day when I am at home, and I just take little sips constantly, and that is a great way to just keep me hydrated. Another thing that I do to make sure that I'm drinking lots of water is I have really tall glasses in my house. I find that if I'm always drinking out of tiny little glasses, then it's kind of difficult for me to keep count of how many I'm drinking in a day, or, you know, I'll just have like a little bit and then I won't have any more till later. So I have really tall glasses in my house. It's just something that I like to do to make sure that I'm drinking lots of water. So I will just pour myself a big glass of water, and then I will take it with me where I'm going in the house, and I will keep sipping on that. You can also add some fruit to water if you don't like the taste of water. Adding lemons and limes and oranges and grapefruit slices even to water is a really great way to flavor the water naturally. Also, berries are delicious added to water. Blueberries, raspberries and strawberries are amazing. Also, even fresh mint leaves or fresh basil leaves, that's really nice in water too. So those are just great ways to flavor water and just make them a little bit tastier if you don't like the taste of water. But also, it takes time to get used to something new. I know that there are a lot of people who don't like the taste of water, but you just gotta get into it. And you know what they say, it takes 11 times to try something before you like it. That's kind of the average of what it takes. So a lot of people that try sushi for the first time, they don't like it, and often it takes trying it about 11 times until you actually like it. So that might be the case with water too, if you don't like the taste of water. So just keep at it, keep going, and then you might actually learn to love it. I have learned to love water. I crave it, and it just keeps my energy up. It helps me to feel refreshed and energized and detoxed, and just leave me feeling really good. And it's one of the most important things, I'd say maybe the most important habit of losing weight. Oh, and another thing that I like to do is to have a bottle or something that I take out with me when I'm leaving the house. I often find that when I'm out and about, I forget to drink water, or maybe I just don't have access to it, and then I don't drink it, and then I come home a couple of hours later and I'm so thirsty, and then I'm just like chugging down this water. But it's best to just keep drinking it throughout the day so you don't get dehydrated. Being dehydrated, even just not drinking water for a couple of hours, can make you feel hungrier than what you are. You can often confuse it with hunger, so then you eat something instead, but meanwhile your body's just actually thirsty, and it can also just make your energy levels go down. So if you keep drinking water, your energy will be more consistent. You probably won't feel as hungry, so you won't overeat, and yeah, you'll just feel refreshed and energized, and it's a great thing. Water is wonderful. Okay, so that's enough of going on about water. Okay, so my second daily habit that I like to incorporate into my weight loss routine is to not drink my calories. What do I mean by that? Drinking calories, I mean juices, even fruit juices, sodas, fancy coffees, fancy drinks, cocktails, mocktails. These things contain a lot of calories. For example, a cocktail, there are certain cocktails that actually contain about 1,000 calories. Some of them are Long Island iced tea. I know that that one has a lot of calories in it. Fancy drinks, fancy coffees, fancy hot chocolates, those can be super high in calories. So you just need to kind of watch out for that. They're often not very good for us either, and can kind of just build up, and before you know it, you've had double the amount of calories that you would want to eat in a day just from adding those extra drinks into your diet. And I know it can be difficult to give up drinks and all those things at first, and that doesn't mean you can't ever have them, but you know, maybe they could just be a treat while you're trying to lose weight, or you can just have them every now and again. So I mean, alcohol, it can be quite high in calories as well. Even, you know, just having a couple of glasses of wine or a couple of cocktails with some shots, you know, a night out, you can kind of, it can kind of build up, and it can just be a lot of calories. Even juices, healthy juices, they can contain a lot of calories. The smoothies, another one. Smoothies, a lot of people actually just drink them as like a drink, but that's actually a meal. It's got a lot of nutrients in there. It's kind of a meal that's been blended up. So what I like to do is not have a smoothie as a drink, I have a smoothie as a meal. I love to have smoothies for breakfast, so that's often part of my breakfast. And sometimes I will have something else with my smoothie. For example, I might have a smoothie and on the side I'll have some nuts, like some almonds or, you know, other nuts that I like, or I might have some eggs on the side. It depends what kind of smoothie I've had. So I do like to drink coffee. That is something that I do enjoy, but I try not to go overboard, so I limit myself. If I am having a coffee, I'll have one a day, and if I do drink coffee, I will just add a little bit of almond milk, a little bit of unsweetened almond milk, because that's I'm dairy free, but you don't have to be. But yeah, so that is the milk that I like to use, unsweetened as well, because it's, yeah, better that way, it's healthier that way. And then, or I will just drink it black, which I actually really enjoy as well, and I kind of trained my body to like that, but now I actually love it. I might even love it more than when I have milk, but it just depends on my mood. And if you do want to add a little bit of sweeter, you could add a little bit of stevia if you like the taste. I don't personally like the taste, but a lot of people do. You could add a little bit of xylitol. You could add some 100% pure maple syrup if you need that. But yeah, you can have those things, but have them in moderation and just be mindful. So my best advice is rather eat your calories so that you feel full and you feel energized, rather than drinking them. But that's just another habit that you might like to include into your daily weight loss routine. Something that I love to drink as well is black herbal tea, which black just means, black tea often just means, you know, you're not having cream, you're not having milk, you're not having sugar in it. So it's so good for you. Black herbal tea. I love to have green tea with mint leaves in it, just green mint tea. I love to have rooibos tea. That's a South African tea. It's a great drink to have that's calorie free, so that way you're not drinking your calories. If you have black coffee, there's no calories in that. So black tea, black coffee, water, great ways to get a calorie free drink. The third habit that I like to include into my daily lifestyle to lose weight is to eat a balanced diet. So what does a balanced diet mean? It's basically just eating enough carbs, fats, and protein. Healthy, good whole carbs, healthy fats, and good sources of protein. The truth is that our bodies really do need all of these food groups, and there's a lot of diets out there that are saying don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this, don't eat that, and it just gets overwhelming. If you checked out my weight loss story, which I shared recently on my YouTube channel, you would know that I went through a lot of diet confusion for years and years and years. I tried so many different diets, ones where I wasn't allowed to eat carbs, ones where I ate a lot of carbs, ones where I wasn't allowed to eat fats, ones where I ate lots of fats. I just went through it all, and at the end of it, I've just realized that a balanced diet really is the best way to just be healthy and to lose weight. Of course, you're entitled to have your own opinions about that, and I'm totally okay with that. Everybody's allowed to do a diet that they feel is good for them, but that's just something that I've found. So yeah, eating good whole carbs, healthy fats, and good sources of protein, and also getting enough fiber with that. Eating enough fiber is really important for losing weight. It's going to help to keep you fuller for longer, give you sustained energy, get everything moving through your body, and you'll feel less bloated, you'll feel better, you'll just feel better overall. Fiber is great. So just a couple quick examples of healthy carbs could be, whole grains, brown rice, whole rolled oats, old-fashioned oats, steel cut oats. If you want to have pasta, whole grain pasta, quinoa, there's a lot of good sources of carbs. I just tend to say whole grains. Think of the whole grains. You need the fiber, you need the bran. I don't eat gluten because I have an intolerance to wheat, so I try to go for whole grain gluten-free breads if I'm going to get that. That's just a personal decision, and it makes me feel so much better. I don't feel as bloated, I have more energy, I just feel much better eating like that. Other great sources of carbs, it's not just grains, fruit, vegetables, yeah, any kind of fruit, so good for you. Any kind of vegetable, leafy greens, these things are all so good for us, and eating vegetables, including more vegetables into my diet every single day, has definitely helped to just make me feel better overall. Sometimes I struggle to eat. I would much rather grab some fruit. That's my natural reaction to food. I love fruit, but I kind of have to make sure that I get enough vegetables in my diet. So I usually add some vegetables at lunch, I add some vegetables at dinner. That's what I do, or at least once a day. That's what I try to do. An example of some healthy fats could be avocado, nuts, seeds, coconut, some cold pressed oils like olive oil, coconut oil, almond oil, macadamia nut oil. There's certain oils that are really good for us, and yeah, just adding things like that into your diet. The healthy fats definitely help to keep you fuller for longer. They give you better sustained energy. Your body needs them just as much as it needs protein and carbs as well. And then some examples of healthy protein could be nuts, seeds, again, those are high in protein. Even certain grains like quinoa is high in protein, legumes, chickpeas, black beans, peanut butter, peanuts, these kind of things are all high in protein. Eggs, if you're not on a completely plant-based diet, I like to eat eggs and lean cuts of meat as well. I probably don't eat meats all the time. I'm probably more plant-based, but I do add little bits of that into my diet. So like lean skinless chicken breast pieces, or turkey breast pieces, or some eggs. Yeah, those are really good sources of protein as well. And then if you, of course, if you do eat dairy, I'm dairy free, but if you do eat dairy, some yogurt, especially Greek yogurt, can be high in protein as well. The fourth little habit that I'm going to share with you today is to be mindful of calories if you're trying to lose weight. Of course, you don't have to be obsessive, you don't have to count every single little calorie. If you watched my weight loss story, which I mentioned already, then you would know that I tried every single other diet besides being mindful of calories, and I didn't lose weight for years and years and years. And eventually I gave in. I was like, okay, I'll just give the calorie thing a try, because I always believed that it was really bad to count calories. And so I decided to start looking at it, and I started to lose weight really quickly, because the truth is that even healthy food can be high in calories. I used to think that I could eat whatever I wanted as long as I was super healthy, and that just isn't true. I learned that the really hard way. So of course then I went into the counting every single calorie, and that just made me crazy. I did that for about a month, and I was losing my mind. It was horrible. So I kind of came up with this point system, and I just think it's really simple, and I was like, what is the simplest way that I could count calories and without having to count every single little calorie? And I decided that rounding off foods to be 100 calories would be the best idea for me. That is what would work for me, because a lot of point systems, they can be just as time consuming as counting actual calories, because you'll be getting 50 points or 43 points for the day, and it's like, how do you keep track of that? Like, you know, I think I used this example in my weight loss story video where like I did this one point system the one time where you got 1/8 of a banana, and I was like, who eats 1/8 of a banana for 1 point? And then you've got to use 8 points to eat 1 banana. It just seemed so ridiculous to me. So I was like, well, one medium banana is roughly 100 calories. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna eat a banana, that's 1 point. And I would do, depending on how many calories I was gonna consume that day. So if I was gonna do 1,200 calories for the day, then I would know that I would need to eat 12 points for that day. You can take the foods that you like the most, you can round them off, just figure out how much of that would be 100 calories. For example, 1/3 of an avocado is about 100 calories. So I know that if I'm gonna have avocado with a meal, I have 1/3, and then I have 100 calories, 1 point with that meal. And half a cup of cooked brown rice or cooked quinoa is roughly 100 calories as well. So that's another point. And I also know, because I love to eat nuts and seeds, and for a long time I would just go crazy with eating them, because I was like, oh, they're super healthy, they're super good for me. And so I would just, you know, eat them all the time. And when I actually figured out how many calories I was getting from nuts and seeds, I couldn't believe it. So I just kind of know that if I want to eat almonds, 14 raw almonds is 100 calories. About 8 raw walnut halves is 100 calories as well. So I just know that. I know that in my head. I've just, you know, taken note of the things that I like to eat the most, and then I can build meals really easily without thinking too much about it, and just kind of knowing your favorite food. And what I would do is I would say, okay, well, if I'm going to eat 1,200 calories in a day, then I would do 3 meals of 400 calories each, so that'd be 4 points each. And then I would just go to each meal and be like, okay, well, I'm going to eat 4 points worth of food, 400 calories, and I just know that's going to be, you know, half a cup of cooked brown rice, 8 raw walnut halves, 1/3 of an avocado. So then I'm getting protein with the walnuts, I'm getting healthy fats with the walnuts, I'm getting healthy fats with the avocado, I'm getting good whole carbs with the brown rice, and then add some veggies into that. And you know, then you can do like 100 calories worth of vegetables. So here I've got half a cup of cooked brown rice, 1 point, 100 calories. Then I've got some avocado, 1/3 of an avocado, 100 calories, 1 point. Then I've also got 8 raw walnut halves, I know, another point, 100 calories. And then I've done about 100 calories worth of veggies. I've got a nice handful of leafy greens. I've used romaine lettuce, I have got some chopped up cherry tomatoes, and I have got some roasted vegetables. There's some roasted butternut squash in there, there's some roasted red bell pepper, just a couple of veggies. Eating healthy can be maybe a little bit more time consuming, but if you prepare just a little bit, it can save a lot of time. For example, I like to cook up a big pot of brown rice and a big pot of quinoa at the start of the week, and then I'll just keep those in the fridge, and I'll just add half a cup to meals, you know, half a cup, 1 point. So I'll just add those to meals. And also roasted vegetables, it's a delicious thing to add to salads. They're delicious cold when added to salads, the right vegetables, but a lot of them are still good cold the next day. And if I was going to eat 1,400 calories in a day, then I would have 3 meals of 4 points each, or 400 calories each, and then I would have a snack of 200 calories or 2 points, and that would give me 1,400 calories. I'm very small, I'm petite, I'm 5'2". So I'm small, so therefore I wouldn't need as many calories. But women who have got a taller frame, if you have a higher starting weight, you might need to eat more calories. So you could do 1,400, you could even do 1,600 if you're also very active. So then you could do 3 meals of 400 calories, 4 points, and then you could do 2 different snacks, a mid-morning snack and a mid-afternoon snack of 200 calories each, and that could be 1,600 calories. So it doesn't have to be complicated, it doesn't have to feel like a nightmare, it can be simple. And I just found, I tried so many different things, and I tried so many different apps to try to track my weight. I tried so many different systems, and I just had enough, and I was like, I just sat down one day and I was like, what could be the simplest way for me to keep track of it. And that's how I came up with this whole point system. And I'll put a link to that below this video if you want to go check it out. But I'm also going to put a link below this video to an eating plan, a 3-day eating plan that you can go download. And it's for free. It's on my blog, so it's free. And you can just go download it and check it out. It might give you just an idea of how many, you know, what a balanced diet might look like for losing weight. And I tried to include in that the kind of foods that I thought a large group of people would want to eat in a day. So yeah, it's just a little example. You can go download that there if you want to and check that out. Dessert can add a lot of calories to a meal as well, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean you can't ever have it. Just, you know, maybe not having it every single day if you're trying to reach your goal. You know, think what is most important. Is that having chocolate cake after every meal? Having a slice of cheesecake again at night, every night, cheesecake? Or is it actually reaching your goal? What's more important? You've got to think long term. Like, what's going to make me happier? Having this cheesecake now, or in 3 months' time achieving my goal? 6 months' time achieving my goal? You know, it's like those daily little things that add up to help you to achieve your goal. And I definitely did work hard when I was losing weight. I just had to be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say no to that. That is my goal. You have to think of it every single day. So you see, it doesn't have to be super difficult to be mindful of calories. If you just know simple little things, then it can be so much easier to just keep track of it. And you don't have to feel like you're going crazy. You don't have to feel like you're losing your mind. It's just, let's just keep it simple. Okay, my fifth little habit, something that I like to include into my weight loss routine as well, is to get up and move and do a little bit of exercise. I know that's been said a lot as well, but it really is important just to keep your body moving. You know, if you want to lose weight and lose body fat, you need to keep actually that circulation, the blood circulation going so that the fat can start to move out of your body. That's very important. Another thing with, yeah, same as drinking water, it's important to keep moving. So if you it's difficult if you have a desk job. I have a desk job that I have to do during the week, so it's often difficult on weekdays during the day to kind of keep moving, but you've got to get creative sometimes. So something that I do is I work out in the morning. I work out generally 4 to 5 times a week, and then I'll do that in the morning. So I'll get up a little bit earlier so that I make sure that I get that done. And then in the afternoon, if I have time, and I love to do it, I've learned to love it. Felt a bit more like a chore in the beginning, but I've actually learned to love it a lot, is I will go for a little walk. And that can be anywhere from 20 minutes, 10 minutes if I don't have a lot of time, but I love to do up to 30, 40, or even 60 minutes. That would be a very long walk. But if I do have the time for that, which is not every day, but yeah, I like to do that. So I'd say at least 3 times a week I'm probably going for a walk. If I can't fit it in during the week, I'm doing it on a Sunday even, but also just walking. I've added walking into my routine as well, and that has actually improved certain things like cellulite. I think that is one of the things that has helped me the most reduce the amount of cellulite that I've had. And yeah, just getting circulation, getting yourself moving, getting exercising. It's going to burn calories, so you can actually eat more if you exercise. It's going to building lean muscle on your body. You know, you don't have to be super bulky and like a bodybuilder. I mean, I work out, I do strength training. I'm not bulky, I'm not muscular, but having lean muscle on your body, actually, you can actually eat more calories when you have more muscle, because it's burning, your body's burning more energy to kind of maintain that muscle. So you can actually eat more in a day. Fun little fact, if you have more lean muscle on your body. So that's something to work towards. I like to do some strength training. I like to do some HIIT workouts, which are really easy to do. I do this 16-minute HIIT workout. I'm going to put a link to that below this video. It is awesome. It will change your life. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and it is such a great workout to do for you know, boosting the metabolism, burning body fat. I love it, highly recommend it. So I'll put a link to that below this video. You can go check out some info on that, which is something that's really easy to do if you don't have a lot of time to work out. I don't always have like all this time, because I try to be more dedicated to my goals. It's not always easy, but I get up in the morning and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work out first thing, I'm gonna work out, and it's not always what I want to do. It's actually usually not what I want to do first thing in the morning, but I know that if I don't do it then, I'm not gonna have time for the rest of the day, so I'll do it then. And if I really don't have time, then I will get it done in the afternoon, but I prefer to do it in the morning when I have more energy. And actually when I exercise in the morning, I just feel like I have so much more energy throughout the day, which also helps you to not eat as much because you just feel more energized. I'm gonna put a link below this video to what I like to call my 5 essential exercises for losing weight as well, so you can go check those out if you want to. And yeah, they can just really help to, you know, tone and sculpt, and that's all that good stuff. So, you know, doing a workout each weekday morning and going for a walk in the afternoon might seem really overwhelming, and I didn't start out doing that. I started out with when I changed the way that I was working out, because what I was doing in the past wasn't working for me, and I just started doing the HIIT training. I would do a 16-minute workout 3 times a week. That's not that much. And then I built on that, and then I was doing the strength training exercises. I started out just by doing 3 mornings of 16 minutes of HIIT and 2 mornings of strength training, and that was that. And then I built on that, so now I'd probably be considered quite active, but it wasn't always that way. And so yeah, start small, build up to it so it doesn't feel completely overwhelming, but you have to start, and it's so important just for overall health. Not even if you're just going to leave weight loss out of the picture, it's just so important to actually get some kind of movement into your life. It will improve your mood, it will improve the way you feel every day. It just improves a lot of different things. So highly recommend doing a little bit of workout for weight loss and for general health. It's great, and I don't know why I'm moving my shoulders, but I am. Okay, the 6th little habit that I'm going to be sharing with you today, something that I feel is important to add into your daily routine, and it's actually not that difficult to do, is to have your motivation and to have your goal in mind. What do I mean by that? You could be wanting to lose weight, but it could just be so vague. I want to lose weight. You don't actually have a goal in mind. So with me, I had gained 40 pounds, so I knew that I wanted to lose 40 pounds. So I had that goal in mind, and I wanted to get back to my starting weight before I gained that weight. So having a goal, a specific goal in mind, is really, really important, so it's not so vague. If you just want to lose weight, it's like this never-ending thing. You don't know when you're gonna stop, and to actually have a date that you want to lose it by. So for me, I kind of did have 3 months in mind, and I lost 30 pounds in 3 months. And then it took me a little bit longer to lose the full 40 pounds, but that really was most of the weight. I was really happy even after 30 pounds. It made such a big difference. But just having sort of that goal in mind, it's just so much easier to know what you're focusing on. It's so much easier to achieve your goals when you know what you're focusing on. A daily reminder to remember to keep you motivated. So almost like remembering your motivation. What would that be? An example could be just having some pictures on Pinterest. This is something that's really simple. Having some pictures on Pinterest in a little board that you can create that could keep you motivated. You could just pin some things that motivate you, things about workouts, things about goals, or you could follow some accounts on Instagram that motivate you, or that you kind of things that you'll see each day. If you want to follow me, my name on Instagram is Liezl Jayne. Yeah, just kind of a little thing that's gonna kind of keep you reminded. Or it doesn't even have to be on social media. You could also make a little vision board. That's something that I like to do as well. You could make a little vision board. Another thing with having a goal, not just having a goal weight, but having something at the end of 3 months, at the end of 6 months, at the end of a month. It depends on how much weight you want to lose, but just having something in mind where something to work towards. So for example, getting married, that could be one. I want to lose weight for my wedding. I want to lose weight for my prom. I want to lose weight for an event, an occasion. I want to go on holiday in 4 months' time, and I want to wear a bikini and feel good in it. That is a motivation. That is a goal. And that will really, really help to keep you motivated. So every day when you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, and you think, wait, I could lie in bed and do this day after today and not ever work out, or I could get up endure the pain and the suffering for a little bit. And once you get into the habit of doing it every day, it's not so bad. But initially it can be difficult to do, and it can be a pain. So just knowing that you're going to have that goal at the end, you're going to be like, yes, I'm going to be on the beach in 4 months time in a bikini, and I'm going to be feeling confident. Even if I'm not perfect, I'm going to have lost some weight and I'm going to be feeling great. So having that goal in mind and really working towards something, it's so much better than this never-ending thing, oh, I just want to lose weight. There's no occasion, there's no event, there's nothing that's really pushing you to get there. So important. Having that motivation, that, what do they say? What does Tony Robbins say? He says, that leverage. Tony Robbins says having that leverage, that why you absolutely must achieve that goal. So if I've planned a holiday and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the beach in 4 months time, and it's almost like that, there'll be almost like that little thing in the back of your mind. You're like, well, I have to do this because I have to go to the gym today. I have to follow my diet. I have to eat healthy because I've got this goal. In 4 months time, I'm gonna be a bikini. Whether I'm ready or not, I'm gonna be there. And yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. That is your motivation. That is your goal. So yes, Pinterest is just a way that you could maybe, you know, keep seeing pictures that motivate you, or yeah, there's many different ways that you could do it. Even just having something written out on a little board, somewhere where you're gonna see it every day, just write out your goal and just be like, I want to lose 30 pounds in 3 months and I'm going to the beach on this date. You can plan a holiday, you can book a holiday, you can, doesn't even have to be that extensive. You could just say to friends, you could say to family, you could say, we're going to the beach on that day, and everybody write it in your calendars, we're going to the beach that day because I'm gonna have lost weight. Doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be fancy, it can be something simple, something that will keep you motivated, keep you feeling motivated. You have to get there, you have to get there. Motivation and goals is what it's all about. A weird little song, but you get it. Motivation, goals, you need to have it in mind, very important. And number 7, the final little tip, the final little habit that I'm going to be sharing with you today is a reward. Because you are losing weight, you are working hard, you're working hard towards your goals, you need to reward yourself. So having a little reward. So if you're working out every day, working out 4 to 5 times a week, however often you're working out, you're following your eating plan, and maybe there's some kind of treat that you haven't been having, once a week, treat yourself. Maybe it's a Sunday, maybe it's a Saturday, maybe it's a Monday. Spice things up. Most people don't do it on a Monday, so you know, keep you on your toes. But I would probably do a Sunday. That for me is my relaxing day. That's the only day of the week that I do not work. I usually work 6 days a week. So on a Sunday, that's my relaxing day, so that is when I would do my treat. So some people like to do a treat meal, something that they wouldn't have during the week. You know, maybe it's going to Starbucks and getting a fancy latte with cream and caramel and all sorts of things. Maybe it's doing something else. Maybe it's having a little treat, something that you love. Or maybe it's just having a good, hearty, home-cooked meal that your mom made. Maybe it's not super healthy, but maybe you love it. You know, there could be little things. Some things that I like to do, I don't always like to do food treats, is because I'm dairy-free and I'm mostly gluten-free and I'm refined sugar-free, and that's just some choices that I've made. But because of that, I like to, and I love to bake, and I love to make little things. If you follow my blog, then you'd probably know that I love to bake and make little healthy treats. So, yeah, I would, once a week, I would make something delicious, and you know, not eat the whole batch of the healthy cupcakes or the healthy treats or the healthy chocolate. I would have some for myself, and I would share with my family, and I would share with Rob, and I would share with my friends. But yeah, just having that little something to look forward to, being like, you know what, I'm gonna have that delicious thing on Sunday, and that's a nice little weekly treat. I like to do bigger rewards as well, so you know, once I'd reached certain goal weights or certain things, then I would be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself. So certain things that I like to do is I like to treat myself with Honest Beauty products, because I've been getting quite into makeup, and I wasn't for a really long time, but I've been getting more into makeup, but I like to use natural makeup products. So I would splurge and I would do just a haul of, you know, Honest Beauty products or Bare Minerals or something, and just go like a little bit of reward, but knowing, you know, before, you know, like after 2 months, you know, I'm gonna treat myself and just do like a little splurge on honest beauty products that I love. And then, you know, every now and going in, looking on the website and being like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want that. So just doing like a haul and then getting that. Another thing that I love to do is buy sneakers. I really like, you know, fitness sneakers, or they could be, you know, athleisure. So, you know, I could wear them for gym, or I could wear them for normal kind of things. I just love that style of fitness shoes. So I would, you know, splurge on ones that I really like some Nikes or some Adidas, you know. I just really like their designs, and so I would splurge and get some things that I like. But it's just a little treat, and knowing, having that written down, you know, when I reach that weight, I'm gonna get that. And it doesn't have to be something you buy either. It could be a fun experience. It doesn't even have to cost anything. It could be more elaborate than just buying a few things from a store. It could be going on a holiday. It could be really treating yourself. But, you know, whatever your budget allows, whatever you can afford, it doesn't have to be something that costs something. But I'm just sharing with you some little things that I have done that, you know, to treat myself. But, you know, you deserve to be treated. You're amazing, you're wonderful, and you're working hard towards your goals, and you deserve a little treat, a little reward. So I like to do rewards. It's just an extra something to keep you motivated, to keep you on track. You know, you've got your goals, you've got your motivation, you kind of know the things that you're gonna do. You know that you need to do a bit of workout, you know that you need to drink water, you know that you need to eat a balanced diet, you know that you need to be mindful of your calories, but also just having that reward, that treat, that little treat. It's a really great way to stay on track, a little daily habit, or that could be a weekly habit. That would be more of like a weekly habit or a monthly habit, or you know, something to look forward to. But it's so exciting to look forward to things sometimes, you know, not even even if you can't have it right now. It's that build up is really fun. It's really exciting. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get that on Sunday, or I'm gonna get that in 2 months time, or I'm gonna get that in 3 months time, or, you know, it's a really great thing in life. Sometimes waiting for something makes something even more worthwhile or even more exciting. So yeah, little rewards, good to treat yourself. So that is my daily weight loss routine, my 7 little habits that I like to incorporate into my day if I'm trying to lose weight and get into better shape. And these are 7 little things that I did include into my daily weight loss routine. So I thought that I would share them with you today. I hope that they have been helpful to you. I hope that they've inspired you somehow. You don't have to feel overwhelmed by them. You don't have to feel like you have to do all of them right away. You might like to add 1 or 2 into your daily routine. You can start with just 1, start with just drinking a bit more water. Next, you can try to just be a little bit more mindful of calories. Next, you can try to eat more of a balanced diet and eating healthier food options. Next, you could add in a little bit of working out. You know, you can just build on them. 1 week you could do the water, next week you could do the calories, next week you could do the balanced diet, next week you do the exercise. You can build on, you can do whatever you can manage. If you really want to start all of them right away, that's really great as well. But yeah, don't overwhelm yourself. But I hope that these little habits have been helpful to you and given you some motivation or some inspiration of things that you can do. Your approach to losing weight doesn't have to be exactly the same as mine, and that's okay. But yeah, I hope that it is helpful to you. I'm going to put links to everything that I mentioned below this video, to my eating plans, to my 16-minute HIIT workout, to my 5 essential exercises. I'm going to put all of that below this video. I'm also going to put some links below this video to some other videos or some blog posts that I think may be helpful to you if you're trying to lose weight and get into better shape. So I'm going to put links to that below this video in the description box. You can go check them out over there. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure that you like it and share it and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I will see you again soon.